And I do encourage participation. I encourage y'all helping out each other if you want to in regards to this. Um, and some feedback, you know. So let me share. Start with chapter one. We'll do a chapter one review real quick. So I do encourage to get into this Quizlets that I have on in Canvas. You can find these in the Canvas section. Uh, hold on, let me change my sharing screen here because uh, all right, so you can see everything. All right, so let's see that we're going to get into Canvas, and I do assume that y'all did get my message in regards to it. I did send it through the email through Canvas as well as through my email. So you might have gotten a couple of them. Just making sure that y'all got on. So again, if you want to send me a message, say, okay, we might not meet this afternoon, but you got a question or something like that. You can just get in here, send me a message here, or you can email me through your, regular email. So let me go back here. Chapter one will have your Quizlet. Well, didn't it? I thought I put it in there. I'll put it in there later, I guess. I did do that for chapter 16, so you can find that one. Assignments, chapter 16. So here's the quiz, like a Quizlet study guide for study practice. So that's what we're about to do here. And I'm hoping I can give y'all access to this. Let's see here. Hmm. Just figured I could give y'all access to this part here so that y'all can have control. I'm trying to find that part. Um, just one moment. Let me see. Hmm. No. Usually they would have a box up here where it lets me allow to give you access and control. It's not letting me. What is together more than me? Mm, let's see. This defeats the purpose of what I wanted to do today. So, anyways, let me look here. I guess I'm able to see y'all's chat responses. So either you can either throw a chat response or you can get on the mic and you can speak. Let me see. Let me see what this sharing does. See if it lets me. So, whiteboard. Oh, let me. Hmm. I'm just going to share the entire screen. And again, you can either share your response in the chat. I can read the chat from where I'm at, and either or you can speak on the mic. It's up to you. So let's go with chapter one, and let's let's get into this Q chat. This is pretty interesting right here. I was messing with this yesterday, and it's pretty. It gives you a good amount of feedback here. So let's start off with tell me fun fact. So it goes back and tells you like our little review. It goes gives you a little review as far as you know. Um, well, you're talking to an AI here, and it gives you really important facts of what the chapter is over. So, did you know that the city of Baghdad was the first place where the establishment of pharmacy shop operated by a pharmacist occurred? This concept of pharmacy shops still exists today and is essential part of the modern healthcare system. So I'm pretty sure that was like one of your questions. So then I just kept on asking it like more review. I'll just say review uh, all content. So it gives you certain uh, pinpoints as to what the the chapter is over. So it gives you a quick review over that. And also, it gives you a quiz as well. So start a new chat, and then you can get into. Let's go into deepen my understanding. Let's see what that's all about. What is the significance of the Emperor Frederick II in the history of pharmacy? And how did his actions impact the development of the field? Y'all have any answers to that? Y'all remember reading about Frederick II and the history of pharmacy? Anybody? Any responses? I wish I can have y'all. I wanted to share this with y'all so that y'all can put in the answers here at the bottom. So say I don't remember. I don't. No problem. Can you tell me which? Oh, it's gonna give you uh, a different question. So say we answer the question. So can you tell me which city was home to Europe's first pharmacy and university? Do y'all remember that one? I don't know if it was Baghdad or let's say Baghdad. Oh, good guess. So it gives you it shows that you're correct. Now you can explain the significance of the establishment pharmacy shop operated by the pharmacist. So you can also go through that as well. Let's see. Start a new chat. This one I like. This one's a good one because I think it does give you the feedback. Who discovered penicillin? Y'all remember that one? Who discovered penicillin? Any guesses? Any guesses? Alexander. Let's put Alexander. Well, great job. What is it? Oh, I thought gave us the answer, but I guess because we answered it correctly, that is it doesn't have to give us the answer. What is the name of the father of toxicology? Anybody remember? Any guesses? Any guesses? I think the name of the person starts with the letter M. No guesses. I think his name was Mithridates. Mithridates. Mithridates was his name on that. How about who is known as the father of botany? And I don't mind y'all going back into y'all's worksheets, looking at it and see if y'all can find it. So if y'all are not doing that already, no guesses. His name started with a T. Yeah, Theo something, right? Theo something. Let's see. Theo Socrates. Theo. Theo something. I know that's not his full name right there. Theo. What is the name of the first nation state to regulate pharmacies? Any guesses? No guesses. What is the name of the first nation or state? I thought it was like Mesopotamia or something like that. Let's try that. It, I was thinking it was over. I thought it was in Europe. Honestly, let's see what it tells us here real quick. Yeah, the correct answer is Germ. Oh, okay. The correct answer is Germany. Uh, give up the good word. What is the name of the patron saints of pharmacy and medicine? Those patron saints. One was name was Damien or Damon. Damon or Damien. Who was the other one? Any guesses? Any guesses? So that's Cosmos and Damien. With Damon. Yeah, Cosmos and Damien. Those are the two patron saints. What is the name of the document that separated pharmacy from medicine? Pharma has a name, pharma in it, I guess you could say. Pharmacopoeia. I don't think that's how you say it. Oh, the Magna Carta. I was incorrect. The correct answer is the Magna Carta. Keep up. What did the Greeks and the Romans do in terms of preparing prescriptions? Guesses? Guesses? Pretty sure they filled them. They the answer. Partially correct. The Greeks and the Romans actually prepared their own prescriptions. Uh, what is the name of the person who discovered bacteria destruction via pasteurization? That's giving you the answer, actually. The name is in pasteurization. What is his name? Okay, so almost. You are almost on the right track. Louis Pasteur, who was known as the father of medicine. This is a Greek, uh, I guess Greek professor. I guess you could say. Yes, yes. Good job, Socrates. What is the name of the person who developed the vaccine for smallpox? It's kind of a hard one there. So we're talking about in the early 1900s, and I'm assuming United States, but I cannot be for sure. Edward, let's look at that. Edward. Good job. In what country did the establishment of the pharmacy shop operated by a pharmacist first occur? I don't know. That's a repeated question. This is my first guess would be the the country that we saw earlier. Let's look at Germany. See that? Oh, that is incorrect. Baghdad. I think we did answer that earlier. So the correct answer is Baghdad. Keep up the good work. What did the Arabian contributions to pharmacy include? Any guesses what Arabian contributions to pharmacy? Natural things. Let's put that in. Home remedies. Let's look at that. Partially correct. Arabian contributions to pharmacy include formularies, dosage forms, and pharmacy shops. Good job. Who is responsible for major contributions to pharmacy and medicine? Any guesses? It's asking who, so it wouldn't be computers. So we're thinking of a person. Let's guess Benjamin Franklin. And we'll put that in there. Of course, that was wrong. So Salerno. Salerno was in the readings there. What are syrups, conserves, confections, and luleps? Syrups. What are syrups, conserves, confections, and luleps? My first inkling or C5? No, they're not C5. They're not Control 5 drugs or anything. My first inkling is that they are dosage forms, forms of medication. Like you have tablet form, you have capsule form, you have syrups, you have emulsions, you have creams and ointments. Those are those types of dosage forms, which we'll learn in chapter 5. Yeah, types of dosage forms. So we'll learn a lot of that on chapter 5 and a lot of medical abbreviations and how to read prescriptions when we get there. What is the name of the person who is known as the father of pharmacology? Jonathan. Let's look at it. Incorrect. Discorides. So we're still talking about back in the Greek age. Discorides. But good guess. What is laudanum? What is laudanum? Addictive drug, yes. What does it have in it? What does laudanum have? Remember, I told y'all this was like in the Western days back. Uh, the Asians had brought over the. If I tell you what they brought over, uh, and they made. Yes, there you go. Opium. Opium. Uh, let's put opium. Probably say half correct. Yeah. Laudanum is an opium that resulted in patients' addiction to it. Help with pain, but it also made them very lazy as well, very addicted. What is the name of the document that introduced control into the practice of pharmacy in the New World? The name of the document introduced control into the practice of pharmacy in the New World. Any guesses? Magna Carta. Magna Carta. I'm gonna guess again. Pharmacopoeia. I'm stuck on that one. Say pharmacopoeia. See if that is correct. Incorrect. Correct answer is William Proctor's Practical Pharmacy. Okay, we're all right. What is the earliest record of the practice of pharmacy? So I'm guessing the era. What era is the earliest record of the practice of pharmacy? Or could it be what was the tablet? That tablet from Asia? Cannot think of the name. Just put tablet real quick. Earliest record of practice of pharmacy, oh, is from Mesopotamia. So I guess they're looking for a place. What is the name of the person who was critical of physicians who didn't prepare their own remedies? So I guess this is back in, it's going to be before the Western days. So it's going to be 1800s, I would say, or before. And his name starts with a G, I believe. Any guesses? Nobody? Okay. Galen. Galen is his name. Who cured different illnesses without charging fees? Who cured different illnesses without charging fees? Martin. Cosmos and Damien. So we're back with the saints. The saints cured different illnesses without charging fees. We're okay. What is the name of the person who issued the Magna Carta? I'm assuming this is a Spaniard. Magna Carta, or was it Benjamin Franklin? Not for sure on that one. Y'all got any guesses? A king? Which king was it, Mo? I'm gonna say Franklin. Oh, well, the Emperor Frederick II. Emperor Frederick II. What is the name of the person who founded the first hospital in America? I think I just answered that one. Guesses? Any guesses? Going with Franklin again. Yeah. Benjamin Franklin founded the first hospital in America. What is the name of the dosage form that includes syrups, conserves, confections, and luleps? What is the name of the dosage form? Hmm. I'm going to say liquids. Let's try liquids. Partially correct. Specific name of this dosage form is syrup. Just like gave us the answer. That was okay. Redundant. What is the name of the person who developed the vaccine for smallpox? I think we're starting to get into repetition here, so we'll stop this one. I encourage this the study. Go into this about for 30 minutes a day. It does help out. Oh, get out of this. All right, and also the flashcards as well. Go through these. It's all about repetition. It's all about repetition. Just go through these one at a time. 20, 30 minutes a day, you'll get it. So I wouldn't wait till the day of because that type of memorization is no good. So yeah, I highly encourage that. Um, if I had this type of accessibility where I didn't have to write my own index cards or anything like that, I would be taking full advantage of it. So let's move on. Chapter 16. Again, go over the flashcards or whatnot. Let's do this match. I like doing this one. Um, it's timed. I don't know if y'all been into the Quizlets and done any of these, but it's timed. And after that, we will take a practice test on here, and you can just answer in the chat. All right. So let's go here. I'm just gonna go by what y'all tell me to move these what these match to. So let's start with praise all. What would the praise all match with? Let's look at the praise all one. And you could, give me short form in writing in the chat. Is it a vaccine? Is it the ACE ones? What is it concerning the anti-anxiety? Which one would this one match to? Praise all. Is it dealing with PPI? PPI. Good job. All right, let's look at Schedule 4. What's involved in Schedule 4? What medications? So I only see one with medications in there. So which one is it? Is it the vaccines? Is it the ACE one? Is it the ferrous or iron for anti-anxiety? Great job. Loop diuretics have this stem. Samide, and that is correct. Good job. What is Prill? Let's look at that one. Which one is that one? Ace. Good job. So let's look at minerals. What's minerals? Is it vaccine or iron? Iron. Good job. And of course, bacteria and vaccines. Often vaccine classes are separated by those that are preventive and against. All right. So I encourage this. This is a great way to, get your understand what you're studying here. Let's go again. All right, let's look at the Schedule 1. What is the Schedule 1? Is it dealing with benign prostatic? So that's like dealing with prostate. Is it a non-accepted medical use for these medications? Is that what that is? A meaningful group of letters in a generic stem name? I gave you the answer to that one. A very specific stem that provides information that is primarily for seizures. So what is Schedule 1? We're looking at this one. Opioid. That is incorrect. Schedule 1 is not accepted for medical use. There you go. Not accepted for medical use. Let's see. Let's look at dronate. What is dronate? Dealing with, well, if I tell you, you're going to see the answer. Is it a group of letters? Is it the drugs for benign prostate? Is it a very specific stem um, for seizures? Uh, is it drugs that have the stem indicating that are in the maglitinide antibiotic, anti-diabetic drug, or is it drugs dealing with osteoporosis? Dronate. That's what the one we're looking at. Dronate. Dronate. This one. So I said that this drug, you cannot lay down for like 30 minutes after you take it because it gives real bad acid reflux, osteoporosis. Very good. Let's look at glycine. Which one is glycine for? Benign prostate? Is it for seizures? Anti-diabetic? Is the meaningful group of letters? Anti-diabetic? Let's look at that. Good job. Steroid. What's steroid? Steroid. Steroid. Hyperplasia? Yes. For prostate, benign prostate. Steroid. Toin. 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 Phenytoin. There you go. Seizures. Meaningful group of the letters is generic name. Again, stem. So very, very good. Here we go. One more round. One more round. See how if we can beat our times here. All right. We'll start with Schedule 3. Is that a very specific stem that provides information that is primarily for seizures? Drugs in the class are more hazardous than 4. Is the stem indicating a relationship to the NSAID? More hazardous than 4. Good job. Since we already answered toin, which one's that one? Toin. Which one was that one for? Seizures. Good job. Profin. Let's look at profin. What is profin? NSAID. Good job. Aspirin. Let's look at aspirin. Tylenol. Nope. Those are 2 different medications. Tylenol is acetaminophen, like it shows there. Aspirin is just basic aspirin made by Bayer. Remember, I said it was acetylsilic acid. Aspirin is acetylsilic acid. Let's look at piprazole. Piprazole, what is that? Again, don't get it mixed up with prazole. Any guesses? Any guesses? No guesses? Piprazole, second generation anti schizophrenic. Uh, an example is aripiprazole. And again, Tylenol is a non-narcotic analgesic. All right. All right, let's go back here to the home section here. Take this practice test here. Oops. Not what I want. Go to, let's do this practice test here. So we could only do this once, unless you get the other version. Highly recommend it. It's a very good teaching tool for studying or study tool. Um, let's not do true false. Let's just do multiple choice and matching. That'd be fine. Yeah, that'll work. So start test. All right. A non-narcotic analgesic. Mo, we'll go with you first, and we'll just take turns. Tylenol, good job. Sure, it'll give us the answers in the end. Mackenzie, dopamine receptor agonist. Dopa, good job. Many anti-anxiety medications, such as benzodiazepines, fall into this category, including diazepam, Valium, or lorazepam, and Ativan. Mo, 4, good job. Medications for diabetics often have these in the generic name. Diabetics, Mackenzie. Gly. Great job. The drugs used in the treatment of GERD and gastric ulcers have this stem. Any guesses, Mo? Tie dye. Good guess. Drugs used for immune conditions. This is for your immune system. MAB. Great job. This stem is the cyclooxygenase COX-2 specific inhibitor name. No, it's for osteoporosis. Celecoxib. A very specific stem that provides information that is primarily for seizures. Easy. Mackenzie. There you go. Thought we lost you. Often vaccine classes are separated by those that are preventive against what? Vaccine classes. So we're thinking vaccines. What do we use vaccines for? Bacteria and viruses. Great job. Good job, Mo. STEM for progesterone, Mackenzie. Kind of easy. Gives you the answer there. Yeah, just. All right, let's look at this one here. Select from the list below. Where's the list? There we go. All right, so this stem indicates beta 2 receptor agonist that opens up bronchioles. So we're talking about your lungs. So which one of those are dealing with the bronchioles? Beta 2, usually an inhaler. Which one of those stems? No guess, Mo? You got a guess, Mackenzie? Which one of them? Let me go back down here. The stem indicates beta 2 receptor agonist that opens up bronchioles. Ta-ra, yes. It went up there. Yeah. Stem that relates, Mackenzie again. Stem that relates to its three ring structure and antidepressant classification. Three ring structure, antidepressant classification. Is it pine? Do I have pine in there? So I guess what gives it away is I know that pine has one of the backbone part, but this is dealing with, yes, antidepressant tryptolene. Tryptolene. Come on. All right, Mo, here we go. No accepted medical use for these medications. Examples include heroin and ecstasy. Which one is that? Schedule 1. Good job. All right. These medications, McKinsey, these medications have significant opportunity for abuse because of physical or psychological dependence. Examples include hydrocodone with acetaminophen and oxycodone with acetaminophen. Two, great job. All right, Mo, here we go. Potential for abuse of medications in this category is limited. Most of the medications include liquid cough preparations such as guaifenesin, cherry C. Yep, good job. Diuretic that works at distal convoluted tubules does not cause as much diuresis. Which one of those is the diuretic, Mackenzie? Not too sure. Do you know, Mo? There's two types of diuretics. There was a loop diuretic, and then there was the other one. Thiazide, thiazide diuretics. These types of diuretics don't waste out or eliminate all your minerals in your body, like loop diuretics do. Great job. All right, good teamwork. Proton pump inhibitors used to treat GERD and peptic ulcers have this stem. And Mo, your turn. PPIs. PPIs. Proton pump inhibitors used to treat GERD and peptic ulcers have this stem. Praise all. Praise all. All right, Mackenzie. Ferrous or iron products are often classified as this and can often be found in OTC. Easy. Minerals. Good job. Mo, first generation antihistamine, usually have the stem of what? So this would be, yes, diphenhydramine. Stems that refers to serotonin, norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Just making sure that that's the right one. I think the SNRI is actually vaccine, right? We said that that was vaccine. So this is actually SSRI. This one's actually SSRI. Oxetine and ertraline or something like that. Yeah. All right, let's submit. See what we did. Great job. So let's see. Everything was correct there. All right. So again, I do highly recommend y'all going over these different ones. Um, take a test. Again, if you want to take more tests, or you have to sign up for it, but it'll at least let you take one test, so to prepare you. But just go through those 20, 30 minutes, through the day. Do the matching. That really helps. Um, but I can tell you, if I had this, it'll help out a great deal. It does beat writing out index cards. Makes it so much easier, at least for me. Um, I know everybody has different learning habits. Let's see. Let me go back to the canvas here. And let's do a quick review on chapter 2. You know what? Let's do something different. We'll go over that one next week. Inventory. Mm, no, let's not do that one. So this is another tool that I like to use. Um, let's see, law. Let's try this one. Let's see. Okay. So what act provided tax incentives and exclusive licensing for products being tested to treat rare diseases? And anybody can guess on this one. So this takes us back to the law where these rare diseases were less than what 200,000 people who had less than 200,000 people had these types of diseases. Y'all have any guesses? Or this act pertained to that? You have any guesses as to what act it is called? FDA? No, the FDA is actually the Food and Drug Administration, um, which controls all of what goes out into the markets. You know, medications, food, cosmetics, and whatnot. They're over that. So actually, this is the Orphan Drug Act of 1983. So this is like the act that for those who um, have really rare diseases, like what I was telling y'all with HIV back in the days, it was very rare, and now in this time, you're finding a lot more HIV medications out there, more so in being commercialized, where it um, stops the spread of HIV. All right, let's move on here. Let's check this one. Abbreviations. What does TJC stand for, and what do they do? TJC. Um, I would say as far as what they do, they make certain types of or lists of like um, yes, the Joint Commission is correct, and they make some lists of what to use as far as abbreviations, what to watch out for as far as medications that sound alike and look alike. Uh, and they also work on, a lot with the hospital as well. So the Joint Commission is correct. They address quality of patient care and patient safety. All right, moving on. Let's do action amendments over here. What act required most OTC and legend drugs to be packaged in child-resistant containers? So there's only certain medications that we cannot use child-resistant containers, like the nitroglycerin that I showed y'all, that works for chest pain and heart attacks. Um, but this law um, put it out there where I believe at least 90% of adults are able to open this, but I think I can't remember the percentage of kids that cannot open the bottle. CSLA, no, no. We're trying to prevent poison here, poisoning. I'm kind of giving you the answer. The poison prevention. Yeah, poison prevention. The Poison Prevention Packaging Act. Yeah, 1970. All right. Let's go over here to DEA laws and forms. What DEA form is used to order Schedule 2 medications? What DEA form? Is it the 224? Is it the 220? Yes. Good job, Mo. Good job. Here we go. Good job. Moving on. Scenarios. Let's see what the scenarios have here. Patient requests that the pharmacist places medication in an easy open container. What law allows the pharmacist to dispense the prescription in this manner? I think we just kind of answered that one. Child lock, it deals with the child lock. So what law was that? Poison prevention. Poison prevention. So yes, if a patient requests to have an easy open where they don't have a childproof uh, container, so that's dealing with Poison Prevention Act of 1970. Good job. Let's go again. 200 in scenarios. Pharmacist fails to place a prescription label on the medication container. What law is being broken? To place a prescription fails to place a prescription label on the medication container. What law was that? Was it the Durham Humphrey? Was it uh, what is that other one? Let's look at it. The Food Drug and Cosmetic Act of 1938. I kind of remember that it encouraged for the pharmacies to put prescription labels on the medication containers. All right. Let's go to DEA law and forms. What form is used to record details on the destruction of controlled substances? What law was that? To destroy controlled substances. I mean, what DEA form? Any guesses on the numbers? Any guesses? 245? Let's see. Actually, 41. So you have to have a DEA form 41 to destroy controlled substances. And again, retail sites, which are like your CVS, Walgreens, they only do this like once a year. But hospitals do this on a daily basis. So they'll have more of these um, forms. And a lot of the forms in the hospital are um, in a computer database called like a Pixis which we'll learn when we get into hospital setting. But there's certain types of medication cabinets that the nurses pull from, and it has a type of form where the if the nurse has to waste a controlled substance after injecting into the patient, and they still have some, so they have to have a witness, another nurse, to make sure that they wasted the product. And the hospitals have many forms of Form 41, but retail sites they only do this maybe once, maybe twice a year, but at the most once. All right, let's go to abbreviations and organization requirements. What does OBRA stand for, and in what years were their acts established? So this law um, required the pharmacist to counsel. At the time, it was only Medicaid patients, but it was enhanced to everybody after that. Um, can you remember the first year? I think the first year was 83 or 84. I can't remember. But the other one it's also called OBRA 90. But what does OBRA stand for? Any guesses? Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act. Right at the same time. Good job. You are great. Great job. Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act. So the first year was 1987, then the other year is 1990. And the 1991 is when they required the pharmacists to counsel the patients. 1987 dealt more with like homes for the elderly. All right. Acts and amendments to what organization enforces compliance with the Controlled Substance Act? What organization deals with controlled substances? Three-letter organization. Guesses? Any guesses? Yes, Mo, great job. Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA. That's what it stands for. Drug Enforcement Agency, controlled substances. Think of Drug Enforcement Agency. Job. All right, acts and amendments. In which act were NDC numbers established? Which act were NDC numbers established? Any guesses? Any guesses? Nation. I don't think National Drug Code. NDC does stand for National Drug Code. What act? What act? The Drug Listing Act of 1972. Drug Listing Act of 1972 established the National Drug Code numbers on the medication bottles so that we are able to match the numbers to the number on the label. Of course, the name of the medication, strength of medication, whatnot. So the Drug Listing Act of 1972. Again, acts and amendments 300. What act separated drugs into legend and non-legend categories? So this separated drugs that were for that you can only get with a prescription, and then you can get drugs without a prescription. Those were known as over-the-counter drugs, and required all OTC products to have adequate directions for use. Also allowed verbal prescriptions and called-in refills. Which one? Which law was that? It was an act, actually, I believe, or amendment. Can't remember. It was an amendment. Any guesses? Any guesses? Give you about a minute to look around. FDA? Nope, not the FDA. DEA? Nope, not dealing with DEA. Dealing with DEA, it's mainly controlled. You see controlled substance on the question. You're dealing with DEA. So this is the Durham-Humphrey Act of 1951, which separated your prescription medications and your OTC medications. All right. Let's go to Acts and Amendments 2. Name four of the 12 drugs that can be dispensed without child resistant containers. What's at least one of them? You could just at least name one of them. For chest pain, heart attacks. Any guesses? What medication? Yeah, no problem. We'll wait. I'll give you about a minute to answer, a minute or two. Chlorsteramine. That's a guess. Or did you look that up? You got a guess, Mackenzie? Let's look. So betamethasone, erythromycin, ethosuxanate, albendazole, methylprednisolone, oral contraceptives. That's your birth control. Pancrelopase, powdered anhydrous cholestyramine. Good job. Cholestyramine. Prednisone, sodium fluoride, sublingual or chewable isosorbide nitrates, and sublingual nitroglycerin. So those are your 12 there that do not require child resistant containers. All right, become familiar with those. Moving on to abbreviations, organization requirements. What does NDC stand for? How many digits does each have? What does each group of the numbers in it represent? So again, somebody did answer what NDC stand for. What did NDC stand for? And how many total digits does it have? National Drug Code, and yes. Do y'all know what each section? So you have 5 digits the first section, 4 digits the second section, and digits the last section, or sometimes one. Y'all know what those sections stand for? Okay, let's look. NDC stands for National Drug Code. Good job. It contains actually 11 numbers. 542. Yeah. The first five digits identify the manufacturer. The second four identify the drug, and the last two represent the package size or quantity. So really, you will have a question over this on the exam uh, when you take the exam for certification. So this is something y'all have to understand. Make sure that you know what the NDC is for and what they represent, the group numbers represent. All right. DEA laws and forms. What form registers a pharmacy with the DEA, and how often does it need to be renewed? Starts with a two. It's three numbers. 2 years to be renewed. So what DEA form is that though? No guesses? We are still hunting for the answer. 124, almost, almost. 224, 224. And to renew, it would be a 224A. Needs to be renewed every 3 years, actually, though. Every 3 years. All right. Scenario 300. Pharmacist prepares a prescription with a mortar and pestle that have been contaminated by an anti-neoplastic agent and dispenses it to a patient. What law is he violating? What law is he violating because he did not clean the mortar and pestle? Any guesses? Any guesses? No guesses? Let's look at it. The Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act of 1938. So we just got to make sure that our product is clean and not contaminated with other products. Scenarios 400. You are working for a chain pharmacy and another member of the chain has run out of DEA Forms 222s. Can they borrow one from your pharmacy? Yes or no? Actually, no. No. The DEA Form 222s are for specific pharmacies and can only be used by the pharmacy for which they were issued to. So I'm pretty sure they have a distinct number for that specific pharmacy, and we cannot share the 222 forms. All right, going back over here, DEA laws and forms. What is a DEA Form 106 used for? DEA Form 106. Theft and controlled substance. Great. Lost or stolen, yes. Form 106 to be, oh, wait. Theft. I think lost or stolen is a different one. This one's for theft. Well, I would say that those fall in the same category, lost or stolen. Stolen is theft. So Form 106 to be completed when there has been a theft in the pharmacy of a controlled substance. Great job, ladies. Abbreviations, organization requirements. What does OSHA stand for? What do they require to be kept in a pharmacy for reference in handling hazardous chemicals? OSHA, hazardous chemicals. What type of sheets do we have to keep in the pharmacy? Safety data sheets. Great. What does OSHA stand for? What does OSHA stand for? Occupational Safety Health Administration. Great job. They require use of safety data sheets to be kept in the pharmacy, um, making sure we know that how to clean up a mess. All right, or spills. What act required the purchase of the behind the counter drugs to be regulated with a logbook containing names and addresses of purchasers and limited the quantity that one person can buy within a specific frame? So we're talking about pseudoephedrine. I may have be giving you the answer here, but we're trying to keep the meth levels down, you know. So that's why they put pseudoephedrine medications behind the counter. What law was that? Holding company? No. This is going to be a law. All right. I'll wait just one more moment. So this is dealing with combat. Combat. I believe this one's a combat methamphetamine act. Yeah, combat methamphetamine act. So the people who are making meth use pseudoephedrine. That's part of their ingredients to make methamphetamine. That's the reason why they developed this act so that we can put these behind the counter and keep track of who's purchasing these and not over purchasing. Acts and amendments. What organization requires a pharmacy to have a minimum amount of counter space, an alarm system, separate refrigerators for storage of regular medications and controlled substances, and a sink with hot and cold water? That one is a question I have not seen. Let's go back. So the state board of pharmacies actually over the that or just making sure that you have enough counter space, alarm system, separate refrigerators for storage of regular medications, and controlled substances, and a sink with hot and cold water. State board of pharmacies, and each state has their own board of pharmacy. What act established regulations on a drug administration in long-term care facilities? Examples: no unnecessary medications and no antipsychotics without an official diagnosis of mental disorder. So, what act established regulations on drug administration in long-term care facilities? Don't remember that question. Oh, of 1987. So again, we're dealing with home hot. I wouldn't say hospice homes, but nursing homes, and even some hospitals. Those are even some are considered long-term care facilities. NHAR, NHRA. I'm not for sure what the NHRA is you're talking about, Mackenzie. But this just goes back to the omnibus of '87, just dealing with the just to keep the homes in good functioning condition for the elderly. Acts and amendments too. What three specific drugs require safety risk management and restricted drug programs because of their high risk of harm to the patient and or risk of birth defects? So which drug do we have to get on the I pledge program for? Starts with the I pledge. This calls birth defects. They make sure that the patient is not pregnant or is wanting to get pregnant before taking this medication. They do not give refills unless okayed by the doctor. Um, they treat this like a Schedule 2 medication, but it starts with the I. Which drug is that? The brand name isotretinoin. Great job. Isotretinoin, also known as Accutane, that's a brand name. And then there's Clozaril. I think Clozaril is a brand name. Clozapine is the generic name. I think they got those two backwards. Um, but those are dealing with meth addicts. People are coming trying to detox. And then you had thalidomide that caused birth defects over in Europe. So I don't think it's even legal in the United States. All right, almost done. What does USP stand for? What are the section numbers and what does each section address? I can tell you US stands for United States. What does a P stand for? Pharmacopoeia. Great job. USP stands for United States Pharmacopoeia. These sections implemented within the pharmacy are 795 and 797. 795, when you see 795, you're just dealing with non sterile compounding, compounding that's done on the countertop. When you're dealing with 797, you're dealing with sterile compounding, compounding that you do in the hospital under a hood where there's no particles flying around or anything, compounding that you pull from a syringe. Those are 797 compounding. So become familiar with the differences in those. You also have 800. 800 deals with chemotherapy compounding, which we'll go over as well, and you'll see later on in the chapters. So again, Section 795 provides guidance on good compounding practices in non-sterile compounded formulations. So non-sterile compounded formulations are just outside on the countertop. 797 is designed to reduce the amount of infections in patients from pharmaceutical products and to protect the staff from exposure. This is sterile compounding, and just do this under hoods, laminar flow hoods, horizontal flow hoods, which we'll learn when we get into hospital setting. How long is a DEA Form 222 valid for? How long does it need to be kept secured in the pharmacy? How long is a 222 valid for? And how long does it have to be kept secured in the pharmacy? 2 years and 2 years. Those are great. Yes, 2 years. So Form 222 is valid for 60 days. So say we're filling out the form and we're just waiting to see we're um, when we're going to run out of certain other products. So as long as we send that within the 60 days of when we started, it's good. And it also needs to be kept in the pharmacy for a minimum of 2 years. Okay, last one here. If a patient requests a partial filling of her Tylenol with codeine number 3 prescription, what can the pharmacist do for the patient? Can she fill the prescription partially? Can the pharmacist fill the prescription like half the prescription and not get the other half? Yes or no? No. Let's look at it. The pharmacist may provide the patient with the requested amount, but can give her the balance only. There's a refill indicated on the prescription. So okay, so the say the prescription was written for uh, 240 mils, and she only wants half of that. So uh, they are able to give her that 120 mils since she only wants half of that. The other 120 mils is going to stay in there like a refill. But say she wanted, say she came back, she's sick again. She remembers she has that other amount, but she wants 240. She don't want 120 mils because the 120 mils um, didn't last long. So um, the pharmacist cannot refill that medication for 240. She can only refill it for 120 and get a new prescription for 240. So she can work it like that. As long as she gets a new prescription for 240 mils, she's good. But she's also good if she can fill that she can fill that remainder of 120 mils. All right. Great job. Good study session. Great feedback. And I'm just going to go over one more thing before I let y'all go. And I'm going to let y'all go for the day. Um, let it, we'll probably only have one person coming in or checking in for the afternoon session. So I'm just going to let everybody go for the day. Um, if you do have any questions, though, um, just make sure that you email me either through Canvas or the email. I do want to go over one last thing with y'all. Um, go back here to dashboard and all right. So basically, I'm not going to have this test till 2 weeks from probably from either Tuesday or Wednesday. Uh, so it'll be after next week, the test for chapter 2. But I just wanted to go over this of what to start studying for, going over, along with your Quizlet, along with questions in Jeopardy, uh, matching. You'll need to know this part right here. No, No, I don't want to move. Just one moment. It is. All right. It's probably loaded all the paper here. No, come on. Here we go. Matching page 11 there. All this matching all of page 11. No, the class recall. Oh no, this is you don't have to do fill in the blank. We don't have to remember that one. You do have to do it for your homework, yes. Um, Matching and multiple choice. Some more matching there. Not so much all this part right here. I'm not gonna go over this. Acts, adulteration, amendments. I'm not gonna give y'all a test all over this. So I'm not gonna put any part of that in there. But you do have to do it for your homework. And that's back to the top here. It's not letting me move it. So matching back over here on top page 6 here. And let me see if there's anything else here on this one. Mm, Starting not to. Give it a minute. All right, so I would say yes on this. Do the memorize and matching on this one. Nothing on true false. Again, make sure you do memorize the multiple choice. Yes. Become familiar which control numbers fall for each of these, fall within with each of these. These are very important to know. I'm not gonna do the pregnancy category. I'm not gonna do that one, so you don't have to memorize that one. Yes, we're gonna do memorize the forms 224 here. So that's pretty much all of it, I think. Does anybody have any questions on the labs? Is everybody good on the labs? Everybody's good? Okay. Just make sure y'all finish your. Everybody's pretty much caught up for the most part. I got both y'all's grades, the ones that I've attended in class. Make sure that chapter 2 is done at least by Thursday at the latest. Wednesday would be great, so I can get it back to y'all for y'all to study. And then next week we're starting chapters. We're gonna jump to chapter 19, musculoskeletal, because those are easier meds to remember. And then we'll jump after that. We'll do chapter 17, which is the nervous system. Then we still also have chapters 3, 4, and 5 for the other course. Um, and that's mainly ethics, speaking to customers, and well, chapter 5 is getting a little bit more in depth on reading prescriptions, and then we'll be done. So not much time. I think we got another 3 weeks, and we should be good. All right. So I'll let y'all go for the day. Y'all have a great weekend. And if y'all have any questions, again, email me uh, and I'll get back to you. All right. And I guess y'all have a good one. See y'all.